Hello.
Hey.
It was almost there.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah. We're very professional, very good streamers. We're here. Anybody go to Keyforge Live? Is it still going on?
It's over now, I think.
Okay. I knew
there
there
were a bunch of winners posts on the Facebook group.
I know they had a bunch of events earlier today. If you went to Keyforge Live and you're somehow not Keyforged out and you're watching this,
We're like traveling right now.
I went Friday and Saturday.
Sweet.
Did you enjoy it? I was hoping to hear some stuff. Some stuff made it to Twitter, but I'm not a boomer, so I don't go to Facebook. I'm a boomer, so I go to Twitter. You get tired of losing.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's
it's like it was good time for real Keyforge again.
Yeah,
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
very cool.
I don't know what the turnout was like, but I mean they had a whole room set up.
They had more than 50 people.
That's
I believe
good. That's good.
It was I think it was a good bit more than 50 people. It was at least maybe 70. I'm not sure.
Okay. Though. Yeah, that's like Vault Tour. That's like smaller Vault Tour level.
Yeah,
which is totally great. So
60 people.
Okay.
88 on Saturday.
Wow.
Whoa, that's big.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's awesome.
Really good.
Incredible stuff. That's good to hear. Hopefully the Gen Con events will be in that ballpark of size. I could see them being smaller.
So probably not. So the
okay. Wait. I'm gonna have some knowledge dropped on me that I didn't know.
There's like several events set up for those the qualifiers for the built tournament. Those are all max 12 people.
Okay.
But there's only like 6 of them total, and the main event of that is it says max 24 people, and I don't know if that's accurate based on like playing Swiss for 8 people, but
I wonder if is event size limited at Gen Con?
That I don't know.
Because that only makes sense to me if the event size is limited, because they're still trying to take some nominal precautions.
Their area COVID. Obviously probably is limited, like where they can play, right? Because they're not really a
huge
company.
Yeah, so
that's
what I was wondering is like if they've only got like 3 tables and the only thing they can fit 12 people.
Yeah, I think that's probably what that's actually the limitation probably.
Yeah, I wonder, because to me it doesn't make sense to limit your like player, like your entrance.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. It seems easier to well, who knows? Record based, actual top 16 or record based cut. Oh, I don't.
Keyforge Live.
Keyforge Live. I have no idea. No clue.
I imagine they did real top 16 because I think the people running it are the people that would rather have a top real top 16. I think a lot of
as opposed to taking X and ones.
I think a lot of the top people would prefer that as well.
Yeah.
I kind of would. I liked the X and 1 thing.
It's nice. It is nice.
It's nice to just know.
It's nice for expediency.
Yeah.
But
like having 2 losses and like trying to make the cut is also a fun thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
True survival. So there's no cut at all.
Yeah.
It's just play.
Yeah, just play until.
That's cool.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Deservedly mangy Howrah.
Only 1 3-0 tonight, and it is Howrah there.
Be a scroll.
He found out about the tiebreak and did it wrong. Well, tiebreak rules are terrible.
Yeah, they're not great.
We know this.
Tiebreak rules are bad.
And for some reason have not been touched since their creation.
I don't know why. Makes no sense.
They've never not been flawed.
He on KIP. Yeah. If you know the tiebreakers are coming, then you can slow roll the opponent, right? You're like at an advantage to have time called during the opponent's turn because you get to take a complete turn. Okay, that's who I have a picture in my head of who that is. I don't I don't know if I've ever actually played against him in person. So
guess let me look at that.
players did not have access to see the clocks.
Deck list. That's
I think it's
probably good.
I think it's fine. I think you'd still need regular warnings. You need to be able to say 10 minutes. You know, you need warnings.
Like a 10-minute shout.
Yeah.
Okay, they did have warnings. Nice.
God, Zinzi and Eureka.
Oh yes.
Double theory of conjecture. I think. Oh wait, is this the deck? Is this the deck you Is this the deck that was given the cut?
No.
It wasn't?
Nope.
This was a deck we played during the round 1?
Sure was. It's
Okay.
D1. That's right there. Group P.
Okay.
The proof is in the header.
I see the double theory conjecture and like Eureka, and I get flashbacks to that game you played.
Now that deck is Holcomb the Dreadfully Peculiar.
Okay.
And
And it's like
it's got Deep Dark Discovery and stuff too, right? So there's your bets. There they are. Your roll dice. Police. This deck only 2-1 though.
11.
First. I'll keep.
This looks like a mulligan. Is Zeramis here? The only Keyforge player that also plays Path of Exile. Who will talk to me about Path of Exile. The new league started. And I'm having fun. But they nerfed everybody. And people are mad. One might even say, Poe's mad. Because the subreddit is unreadable. It is, out of the top 25 posts, 24 of them were people complaining. Now, as somebody who's done a lot of complaining about Dark Tidings, I get it. Yeah, and one is a meme about complaining.
Look, that's been the Destiny 2 subreddits for the inception of Destiny 2, so I'm used to that.
Dare I? Okay, well, I'm doing it. Screw it. Ruins of Arcanus. Archiving. Your turn. You draw 2.
I'll play Zenzi and Theory or Conjecture. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Hydra Cataloger and Bilge Warden. Raise the Tide, archive a card. And then I'm going to discard Think Twice. I don't have a target for it, and I kind of want to hit something. So that's your turn.
Say Starlance. Play Crash Muldoon.
Crash Muldoon.
Play Septia. I'll Reap with Muldoon. I'll discard Rocketeer Triska. I'm done.
Okay. I'm gonna put my archives into my hand, and I am going to say Sanctum. I am going to first or last to purge each creature with the highest power. I will play Marshal Ewer, and then I will Taxing Journey Marshal. And it is your turn. I'll draw one.
Say Saurian. Pick up archives.
Wait.
I didn't have a Saurian card in there. No. Okay, well, the dream is dead.
I was about to give you 4 amber.
Yeah.
I was actually ready to give you 4 amber after playing that and you playing Zinzi and the other thing.
I'll play Hedonistic Intent.
Okay.
Play Crushing Charge.
Okay.
Play Rostrum. That's it. Play Vita. Play Corners and Octavia.
Sky Jedi.
Your turn. Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Did you go to Keyforge Live, Sky Jedi? Came out with Starlights, Amber, Keys, and Chain Dragger. Okay, that's cool.
Awesome.
Swag is always nice.
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to say Untamed Bumblebird. Witch of the Dawn. Get back. I guess Marshal Ewer. He's just kind of a good creature. Floop. And Mooklink.
Small Dick Legend, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that.
I am going to play Assert Dominance, and Floomp is going to fight Cornison Octavia, I suppose.
Okay.
And then put the counters on Moogling. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
Hmm. I'm gonna say Saurian.
Children in Poor Playing. Fair enough.
I'm gonna capture 2. Use the Rostrum. Fight the Mookling. Play another Corners. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. Well, I'll play Theory, Conjecture, and Archive the top 2. I am going.
You broke TCO? Oh no.
I'll play Eddie and Archive a card. I am going to play BDQ. I'm going to kill Bumblebird and Cornison Octavia. I will kill Witch of the Dawn in the other Cornison. And I think I'll leave you with Magistra Vita. And it's your turn. I will draw 4. What is the other Star Alliance?
Say Star Alliance. Pick up the Archive. I will play Kirker Volmart, Inner Discord, Kirker Volmart, Amberback. Take those, take this treasure.
Cheated with
Raise the tide to get to do this. I will discard Stack Lectionary because you have a million things to raise tide. I do not, so that's it.
Okay. Well, I am going to make you pay with Eddie. You're going to pay. I will. I'll put my archives into my hand. I think I do put my archives into my hand. I'm going to play Hadros Wall and Marshal Ewer. Raise the Tide and archive 1. I am going to play Alms Master. So Flimf and Eddie will capture. I am going to play Holdfast. And then I'll play Cleansing Wave just to get the 1. And it is your turn. I'll draw 2.
Sulfur for 7.
Yep.
Discover CSS and Chrome on Windows behaves differently than CSS and in Chrome on macOS. That's terrible. It's pretty cool that people from across the country came out. San Diego, Atlanta, Virginia, Texas, Indiana, Minnesota. That's pretty great.
That's a good sampling.
Yeah. Like imagine how many people are going to show up to the first Vault tour they do. Like, come on, just do it. It's time. All right, I'll say Logos. Pause Trumbull, Eddie. Oh, he's fat.
Yep.
The Eddie fat. All information exchange. Play the captain, Bill Jordan, PS Web.
Captain has taunt.
Oh, tremendous. I guess I'll do this.
Okay.
I get to archive one. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play Keyfrog, Meliobi, Moogling, The Fittest. Flymph is going to fight Captain Creasage. I'll buff the Moogling's power. And then I'll play Washed Away. If the tide is high, destroy each artifact. Otherwise, raise the tide. So I'll raise the tide. And then I will archive. And is...
The game is just going to get bogged down, huh?
You played Crushing Charge already.
Yeah, I gotta get back to it.
And most of my cards do not die to Crushing Charge at this point now.
I'll play the archive, say Saurian. Play Reach Advantage.
I don't know if you remember this deck, but this is the deck that does not go down easy.
Yeah, okay.
This deck does not give out free keys.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will Reap with Vita.
This was a deck that was very frustrating to play against the first time because I did not understand.
Draw 3. I'll play Octavia, Primus, Medicus. Use this Rostrum. Costs 100 million. I'm done.
Okay, I am
These also both have tons of tide raising.
yeah. Don't. I don't really like the next logos. I mean, the next Saurian turn that you could take. But at the same time, I think I have to say Logos. I'm gonna play Mobius Scroll. I'm actually gonna discard the Armadrone here because I don't want to reduce either of these creatures' power. And then I'm gonna put a Static Charge right there. I will actually take. God, I hate taking the chains. The thing is, you're gonna you only got one rostrum, so that'll go there. I'll draw 3.
Okay, I will read with Eddie.
Well, sure, yeah, read with Eddie.
I'll say Star Alliance.
You can't forge right now with Mecha's Legacy, yeah. because you could
Right,
amber
it's
that.
a 100 million. Yes.
Yeah, but that's something for me to be mindful
Yeah,
of.
amber back in that.
If the Mookling were dead, you would actually forge there with some
Yeah.
of my amber, which would be absolutely devastating.
All right, I'm gonna put Light the Archons on Octavia and amber back on Octavia, and Light the Archons on Walmart. Actually, I'm gonna put the amber back on Walmart. Damage from then Collins Chapman.
Okay.
Walmart. Just gonna fight the Mookling. Take 3. Berker. Fight the Frog. What you doing? Keyfrog stuff. Alright, your turn. Guess I do have check.
Okay. I am going to say Sanctum.
Mookling was 7. Oh, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right. I can't do that. So put Mookling back. Walmart.
Still want to fight the Key Frog.
You also like Keyfrog.
Mookling had an amber on it.
Yeah. I'll treat with Walmart.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to say Sanctum. I will hold fast. It's gonna fight Consul Primus before you start giving me my own amber. Or taking mine own amber. Wait. You take my amber, then give it back to me, only so that you could say that I stole it from you, and then beat me up and take it back. So I will put my archives in. And I am going to have Marshal Ewer fight Kirker. He'll die. And that'll already hold fast, because his neighbor was dealt damage. He has died only to live again, so that I can light everlasting Ewer to raise the tide, archive a card.
You can deploy it. It's true.
Anywhere in your battlefield. Yeah, that's fine. Well, here's the thing. He's going there. I am going to play. But the problem is, I want all of my creatures to be flank creatures. If I could make them all flank creatures, I'd be very happy right now. And I'm going to just show you why. I'm going to play the Staunch Knight. I wish he could be on the flank. This Urian, the Circumspect. I want him to be large and on the flank. I've got this shoulder armor. I'm going to put on Eddie. It's probably like there's an argument to put it on Urian, but putting on Eddie makes it so that random damage won't kill him. If you draw back into the Positron Bolt, it won't be able to kill him. And if you've got Zap, I think Eddie will still live. I'm going to play the Corpulent Collector, and it only lives because it is a flank creature at this time. So, and he's got 8 damage. I don't know if anybody else remembers this deck, but I vividly remember this deck.
I just kept
Or it's just like, I'll just keep playing creatures on the table.
Yep.
Okay, Alms Master. We'll go beat up Colonist Chapman for being a nerd. That Crafted Crusade no longer has taunt. Beaten the taunt out of his friends. Okay. Alright, that's that. I'll say check. Go. Holdfast is still here. Holdfast could go beat up Walmart now. Sure. Holdfast will go beat up Walmart.
Oh yeah, he's
7
power.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. I'll say check with 8.
This dies.
And I will shuffle and draw 3.
Alright, well. I'll say...
Well, you had the artifact from Coda that made a random creature a flank creature until the end of the turn.
I'll say sorry.
But it wasn't like a static effect, which I'm assuming is what you're referring to.
I'll fight the...
Okay. Where's Mel?
Octavia...
Yeah, Spectral Tunneler.
I will fight Urian.
Okay.
Using the rostrum here versus not using it. I think I do use it. Because it's basically the same.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't kill him. It's not when he puts it
No.
It's just the play effect.
Yeah. Alright, your turn.
Okay, so I will forge for 7.
Yeah.
I am going to say Sanctum. Marshall Ewer is going to fight Faust. I will play Light Everlasting to play Urian from the discard pile. And we'll just play him here. That kills. Everybody dies. I am going to Cleansing Wave. This deck is so token hungry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just reap twice. I think so. Or 3 times. I'll reap 3 times. Because we've both seen each other's decks now, so mine is all on the table.
Eureka.
There are 2 Eureka tonight?
2 Eureka decks?
Yeah.
Oh no, but this was the bottom of my deck.
This is a Eureka deck. Yeah.
Okay.
Eureka was also at the bottom of my deck,
I
so
see.
it's fair. That's if both of us have Eureka and neither of us get to play it, that's fair.
Yeah. I'll play the top card of my deck. The Bilgewater.
Okay, so you'll raise the tide. You'll get to archive a card.
Play SPS weapons.
Okay.
Done. Wait, I got crafting.
Skavizi, how's it going? This is the first game.
I'm just gonna smash into that guy
Okay.
and get this.
That's all your amber
Because I
back.
need it
Desperately.
really bad.
There's a lot going on. Maybe a difficult board state to just jump into and immediately ascertain what's
It's
occurring.
an awful board state, first of all. Charge is Nathan's.
Static charge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's even a different color sleeve. Alright, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I forge for 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to say Logos. I will play Eureka. I am going to Mobile Scroll. I am going to BDQ.
Okay.
Hey, we'd love to become famous. We'd also love for you to never visit the channel again. I am going to BDQ. Urian and Bill Jordan. Marshall and Sweven. Miliobi and Sweven. And Flumph and Octavia. That's yours. I'll tell you a check. You'll pay 12.
Yeah, I can't stop you anyways.
Yeah, this deck.
Yeah.
This deck is.
Yeah, it's a classic.
They I remember playing against it the first time and growing more and more frustrated by it. And then when I played the deck finally, I was like, oh, yeah, that's just the natural response to this deck. The deck's like, oh, why don't you pay 8 for keys? Why don't you pay 10? How about you pay 12 instead? How about a capture it all?
I got 2 keys though. That's something. They were just very expensive.
Yeah, you paid like 19.
Those very expensive keys.
I had like a bit of a slow start, but like I think that's just gonna happen with that deck.
I think so.
Oh, you also took my runes of Arcanus Amber
Yeah,
too.
true.
Right. So
But it like barely mattered.
yeah, well, right, because you still paid enough Amber to win the game under normal circumstances, and we're still very far from winning the game.
MO Wall Trip, the 39,285th.
You know, that deck looks so fun.
Z-Force, yeah. Oh yeah,
it's
not being deservedly mangy, but
unless the one gigantic dude kills literally everything on the table.
yeah. Want one giant Francis the Economist with a little Ned buddy next to him.
Here's your Amber. No, I'll take it back.
What was that? We got Infallible. Okay. 2 Illusions of Grandeur. Common Officer Gross and Hangs. Mattermaker.
I vaguely remember this
3
deck.
Shoulder Ids.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this deck, but
Borrow. Brend.
we both got Brend. I guess that makes it fair then. This deck has a lot of creatures it wants to fight with. Imagine if you had 2 One-Eyed Willows next to Little Nif.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good.
And you're just like, I'll attack.
My problem also last game is I pretty much had to use my creatures to fight because I had no other way of getting rid of your creatures.
Yeah. The
What
bounce.
did
Who rolled second?
You?
I rolled an 8 then.
Yep.
Do you know what you rolled?
No. Certainly
Was
not.
anybody paying attention?
Certainly not.
All right. We enter sudden death. I've got a 9.
6.
Okay. Okay, I will say Shadows. I'll play Trickle Down Theory. Start the game off with the Tide.
I'll play Starlance. I'll play a Z-Force Agent.
God,
Z-Ray Blaster.
fuck, I cannot believe this.
Shield you later. Your turn.
Z-Ray Blaster. Well, I will play Shadows. I'm going to Cement Shoes the Z-Force Agent. I'll play Shoulder Id, and I'll play Sea Urchin and Steal one. And it's your turn.
Play Logos. Play this Hydro Cataloger and draw a card. I will play Seaborg and Infomorph. Static Charge. Not Shoulder Id. I guess the Sea Urchin. And I'll play Forgive or Forget. I will purge your Cement Shoes.
It's a bad time for Forgive or Forget.
Yeah, it's the worst actual time. Terrible. Alright, your turn.
Alright. I will damage my Shoulder Id to begin the turn. And then I will Portal and archive it. And then I am going to Bubbles that Z-Force Agent so fast. And it is your turn. I will draw to. One time.
I'll say Starlance. Play Tabor and draw. Play Lay of the Land.
That the Starlights in that deck is so efficient. Unless you draw nothing but not Starlights. You get Starlights or
Play Z-Force Agent. Play Kincan. Your turn.
Okay. Shoulder. The Sea Urchin is going to do damage to Shoulder Id. I am going to say Starlance. I'm going to play Kirker. I am going to play Hawkins and get to. I will play Kings, and I had Gross in my hand. That's why I wanted to just one time draw them not together.
Yeah.
It's your turn. I'll draw 4. Good.
So I just gotta kill one of those. Okay. I understand.
Yeah. Because Kings draws 5.
Just got to. Alright, well.
Draws actual 5 cards there.
It's too many. I will say Star Alliance.
If I didn't have to deal with your Z-Force, the Bubbles I would have like played Bubbles probably in a better place. The Static Charge is actually mucking me up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight the Gross.
Okay.
With Z-Force Agent. I will Reap with Tabor to play or use a non-Starlance card. I will Seaboard to Reap and shoot the Hawkins. Raise the Tide. I have the top card. Then can Reap. Your turn.
Okay, I will say Star Alliance. Shoulder Id is dead. I will say Star Alliance. I am going to trickle down. I will play Matter Maker. Make me some matter. I am going to put Officer's Blaster on Blue Blaze. I am going to Unity or Discord. I will return Sea Urchin and the Officer's Blaster. The stack charge does go to your hand, I believe.
Yeah.
Turn up to 2 friendly creatures and each upgrade attached to them to their owner's hands. So I'm not crazy about giving you static charge there, but I think the replaying the Sea Urchin makes the Amber like a net neutral for me. So I am going to put Officer's Blaster on Kirker. Kirker will kill Tabor. Hings. Do I reap or do I just trade off with the Z-Force agent preemptively? I think I'll just... I will hate it if... you went back-to-back Starlight's turns. But I'm gonna hate it. But you went back-to-back. But I'd hate it. I'm gonna reap! Oh! I'm gonna see if I hate it. My gut's telling me. And I'm gonna hate it. And I'll draw one. I'll say check with 10.
I'll say shadows. I will play Francis. Play Brand. Give you 1. Play when I will. Mug Kirker.
The Officer's Blaster will go there. Is that okay?
I'll walk the plank, steal 1. You get 1 from Brand?
I did.
Okay. I'm done.
Alright, so I will forge. I will say shadows. And I will borrow your Hydra Cataloger. I will play Sea Urchin and steal 1.
You don't have Tide right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'll capture 1. I will play Jackie Tar, Shoulder Id, and Brand. Give you 1. And it is your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say shadows. Give you this Brand. Well, it's only 2, I think. I will fight Brand with Brand.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah. Brand's fighting Brands. I'll fight Hings and steal 1. I'll reap with Francis. I'll scooped Jackie Tar. I will play Francis. Well, I will. Your turn.
I forge. Yeah, well. I am going to say unfathomable and put my archives into my hand.
I don't steal 1. Okay.
Because I have nothing to
Because
steal.
you have nothing to steal, yeah.
I got nothing to steal. I will play Portal and raise the tide. I am
Archive top.
Oh yeah. I could do that better. It ends up being neutral, but I could have done that better.
What's up, Joker? How's it going?
Hey, I am going to Wrath or Ruin and destroy a flank creature. I will destroy my own Shoulder Id. Because I am going to Maelstrom You'll get that back.
My god.
These go here. These get shuffled and go on top of my deck. Yeah, that's probably the best Maelstrom of round 2.
I have the cutest Keyforge plays. It's true. I had a lot of Keyforge cute plays. But that was a pretty cute play.
The Maelstrom?
Yeah.
I'll play Bubbles. And I will draw to drop a change. Your turn.
Play logos. Play information exchange. Play Infomorph. Play Brain Eater. Eddie. Archive. Static Charge. Your turn. Check with 6.
Okay.
Keep Maelstroms only.
I am going to say Shadows. I'll put my archives in my hand. I will Trickle Down Theory to gain 1. I will play Shoulder Id. And then Sea Urchin and steal 1. And then Monty Bank and Exalt None times. And then I will play SoundCloud Rapper Little. It's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw.
Hey, Logos. Play Fight Little Niff. Draw. Seaboard. Infomorph. Reap. Your turn.
Okay, start of the turn, the static charge happens. I am going to say Shadows. No, Unfathomable. I'll say Unfathomable. I'll Trickle Down Theory. I am going to play Hard Sign-In, play Call of the Void, and exhaust the Brain Eater. Bubbles is going to fight Eddie. Then I will say
He's playing Mimicry over here.
Illusions of Grandeur for Star Alliance. If you call any house other than Star Alliance, you will gain 3. Or I gain 3. Choose a house card, yeah. Your opponent does not choose Star Alliance. If you do not choose Star Alliance.
Alright, Star Alliance, pick up the archive, play. Tin Can, Kirker.
You do forge.
Okay.
Because I did not stop you at this time.
And Z-Wave Emitter. Draw a card. It's a Z-Force agent. Your turn.
Okay. I will say Shoulder Id takes some damage. I will say Star Alliance. I am going to zap. Unvaluable. Shadows, Logos, Star Alliance, so for 4. Let's gun down Kin Can for 2. And then I'll dump 2 more into the Brain Eater. He's likely to go eat Monty Bank's brain. I will play Tabor Kings, and Gross is way dead. I will play Universal Translator upon Kings. And it's your turn. I'll say check with 7 and 4.
That's it. I got 6 shadow cards.
Yeah.
I'm only giving you 1 amber with my 6 shadow cards.
Yeah. The rare Shadows hand where you play 6 cards and your opponent gains an amber? Question mark? That's the YouTube clickbait title.
Yeah.
We're both making wacky faces. That's that.
Stop stealing my stuff.
I can't. I'm sorry.
All right. There you go.
Ah.
All right.
Oh god. It's a shame. Wall Trip is like on paper one of the more fun decks.
It's just
I think it matches up poorly just in this set.
Yeah, it doesn't really have much removable.
It doesn't have the chutzpah.
Boom. All right, bets are up. I've done it. I've done all the stuff. Didn't even have to get people shaked out.
Yeah, well, the end of round one was patience trying.
Yeah, it was a bit rough.
I've only lost my cool during one night of
Round two.
Round two.
Round two's been pretty good.
Yeah, round two's pretty good because the decks have a lot of the components that need that you need to like be successful in Dark Tidings. I felt like in Worlds Collide you could have like a gimmick, and as long as you were prepared to deal with like some Saurian stuff, your gimmick you could go execute your gimmick. But in this set, it's like, do you have a board wipe? Do you have Amber Control? Do you have a gimmick? Like, do you have something that propels the game forward for you? And it's like, if you don't check all three of those boxes, then your deck is wildly inconsistent. Do you have too many bad rares in your deck? Like, you shouldn't, like, when you look at a deck list and you look at a rare, you shouldn't feel like this deck, that rare makes my deck worse.
Yeah, but
right?
that's like frequently.
But that is the case in these Dark Tidings decks, which is a shame. Like, that's not a good feeling to have. It's like a little bit different if it were like uncommon, and it's like if the card is bad in rare, you feel like it's rare as a balancing factor, so that way there's not like too many double Creasage. Yeah, if it was evil twin Creasage, it would be different, right? But since it's normal Creasage,
just why isn't it a Brain Eater?
Who won that roll?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, Brain Eater did work that game. Creasage there, you wouldn't have drawn a card.
Sure. Okay.
Got a mulligan. We got a Voltron. We got a Voltron.
Yeah.
We're not Voltron, and we're not playing this deck right. I don't know if I like this deck's chances against that deck.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. This one just hangs in there.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's like, it's a George St. Pierre. The deck just kind of like lays on top of you until you give up.
Hold fast. Oh,
Teresa.
God, he's done it.
Teresa, Z Particle Tracker, Z-Ray Blaster.
It's happening. Alright, I'll say Untamed. I will play Bumblebird. And Miliobi. And Witch of the Dawn. And a Mookling.
And Assert Dominance.
And a Washed Away.
Oh. Mervigig, Brock Lesnar. I don't know. Mervigig is like a featherweight. Because it doesn't really like it hits hard, but it's like very nimble, right? Like you're not sure when it's coming, when like the deadly punch is coming. It's got to like dance around the arena a bunch first. Okay, I am going to say Star Alliance. We'll say Star Alliance. Okay, so now the question is, this is like a good thought experiment here. We've got a card draw on Technobabble. We've got Lay of the Land. We've got Z Particle Tracker. What is the correct order for me to play these in?
I feel like it's definitely Lay of the Land.
Lay of the Land for starts.
Yeah. And then depending on what's on top, you could do...
So we Lay of the Land.
Yeah.
Okay, well. So, Lay of the Land hit, and I'll do this to let everyone play along at home, because if you feel like there was a different order to do this, then...
I'll show my eyes. You can show.
Well, that's fine. I think it because here's the so I hit Lay of the Land, Hydro Cataloger, Infomorph.
Okay.
So we obviously put it back in this order, and then we draw this Lay of the Land. Now, do we Z Particle Tracker?
I think you shuffle, yeah.
I think this is the classic brainstorm into fetch land play here. So Teresa will go execute the Witch of the Dawn, I believe. Take 3, dump a bunch of damage. And then now I go, because we know Z-Force was the third card, but that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. All right, so we get the Z-Wave Emitter here that also draws a card. Unless we go get... We can't get the Shield Generator because it's not an attachment.
Right.
Yeah, it's not an upgrade. All right, so we go get the Z-Wave Emitter. Murphy Gig's more like Anderson Silva.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
If you want like an MMA fighter to compare it to. Okay, so now we Lay the Land. Look at the top 3. No Star Alliance. I'll end up.
Did you draw from it?
No. I think I just end up with all of those cards in my hand. Okay. Z-Wave Emitter. Draw. And then Technobabble, the Bumblebird, I suppose. And draw.
That's like the extent of my UFC knowledge anyway.
My UFC knowledge is like circa 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Circa 10 to a little bit while back ago.
Now, if we're comparing them to wrestlers, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's just gonna have to hard carry.
Yeah.
All right, and it's your turn.
Okay. This Sanctum. Play. Breathe with Holdfast. Play. Cleansing Wave. For 2. First or last, purge all highest power.
No, Teresa.
Play Alms Master. Your turn. Give me a skateboard. You're saying I'm Darby Allin?
His favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler?
Okay.
Because he's so cool with his face paint and his skateboarding and his tights. His face is half a skull because he's not all bad. He's only half tormented or something like that.
Alright. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Infomorph. I'm going to play Vespalon Theorist. I am going to Static Charge Alms Master. And then I have this Forgive or Forget, so I'm actually sad that you purged Teresa, because Teresa would be insane there.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah.
I think
Good.
I'm going to do Lay of the Land and Z-Wave. Excuse me.
Eddie.
Excuse me.
Go by.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, Lay of the Land, Z-Wave Emitter. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Okay.
And Alms Master will kill his friends.
No. Say Logos.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah. Say Logos. I will play Exterior Conjecture. Play Mobius Scroll. Best one. Why does that guy exist still?
I don't know. I like him.
He's fine.
I think he's cool. Just the lost concentration.
Yeah.
As Eddie gets upset whenever you start talking about Darby Allin.
I will think twice the Theory or Conjecture. Dark out top 2. I will play Eddie Archive. And I'll play Reigns of Arcanus. And we'll see.
That backfires.
If that backfires, yeah.
Okay, so I don't forge because of Eddie.
Yeah.
I will say Shadows. I am going to mug Eddie. I'm going to play One-Eyed Willa, and then Little Niff. And then I will draw 4. And it's your turn. Eddie will die.
I'll say Sanctum. Pick up the Archive. Play Hadros Wall. Play Marshall. Play Staunch Knight. Actually, I'll play Urian and Staunch Knight. Alms Master will play One-Eyed Willa. Play Light Everlasting. Play Taxing Journey there. That is 6 cards.
Stupid George St. Pierre.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Stupid George St. Pierre. Alright, I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Hydro Cataloger. And I will draw 1. I am going to play Infomorph. Infomorph will fight Urian, so as for me to not lose to him. I will then Reap with Vespalon Theorist. And I will say Star Alliance. Ah!
You archive it and gain 1?
Yes. And gain 1. Ah! Okay. It's your turn. I will draw 1.
Overwatch. Say,
that was a cute play.
Was.
Archiving a Tabor with a draw icon.
Play Keyfrog, play Flumph, play Deepwater Gruin.
Let you decide.
I will assert dominance the Keyfrog into the One-Eyed Willa to forward.
It's got skirmish.
No! I mean, I'll still kill it. I guess I could use the Flumph and get some counter counters on something. Restore Staunch Knight to its former glory. That's all. It has to be a beast, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gotta be beast.
Gruin, I guess. Big old Gruin. I'll assert dominance the Gruin into the Infomorph, the healthy Infomorph.
Okay.
And
yeah, it's got skirmish.
that's it.
Forge?
Yep.
Can't believe I actually forged for 6 against that duck.
Killed Eddie, killed the crab.
There's 2 crabs.
There's 2 crabs, yeah.
And you've got the Hadros Wall now, so it's just kind of like...
I forgot there were 2 crabs. Where are those crabs at?
Let the Keyfrog live.
It's alive.
I may not have a say. Alright, I'm gonna put my archives into my hand and say Star Alliance. I am going to play Lieutenant Kirker. I am gonna play Lay of the Land. Put them in that order, and I will draw, and I will play Z-Force Agent. And we're gonna have Z-Force Agent, the Z-Wave Emitter. And I will draw. And I will play Tabor, and I will draw. And I will put a Shield Gelator on Z-Force Agent, and I'll play Kincan. And it's your turn. I'll draw one. And maybe it'll lose. I don't know.
That works. I'll say Logos. Oh, Eureka. This is kind of a YOLO.
We're
YOLOing. A little bit of a YOLO. I think it's fine.
I think you just Mobius. If you whiff, you just Mobius scroll your hand and draw 6. So.
Perfect. I will. Play Bill Jordan. You'll get the Tide.
Okay.
And you get to archive one.
Hey.
I'll BDQ. I guess I gotta think about what I want to do with this one. Yeah, I'll get Alms Master and the Z-Force Agent.
And all the good decks kill Z-Force Agent.
Yeah, exactly. I'll Flumph and Little Neff. I'll Bill Jordan and Tabor. I'll Gruen and Kincan. Keep Keyforge alive, so I will static charge this Kirker.
Okay, Vespel and Theorist. I'll put my archives into my hand and say Shadows. I am going to ransom Marshall Ewer. I am gonna play Frankie. I am gonna play Brent and give you one. And I am going to scooped the Key Frog. Do 2 damage. It's alive because of Hadross Wall. And then I am going to Sacco Coins. So I will hit Brend, hit Key Frog. I got 2 left. Who cares where it goes? Goes into some of your armor. Okay. And it is. I should play these on this side. Brend is the toast. And it is your turn. I will say. I'll draw 4, so you check with 11. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just take his. Hold on. It's just like white knuckle. Like no.
Sans hand. I'll play Gruen.
Give me one.
Yeah, I'll play Mookling.
Mookling.
Your turn.
Okay, well I guess I'll forge for 10. I'll forge for the bargain price of 10. Okay, well Infomorph gets killed. Logos. Logos. Armadrone. Seaborg. Moray. Eddie. Archive. Information exchange. Steal one. Your turn. I'll draw these 3 and then shuffle and draw 3 more.
Zang. Play Corpulent Collector.
Takes 3.
Takes 3. Shoulder Armor on Mookling. Play Light Everlasting. Staunch Knight will fight Eddie. Marshiewer is trapped.
Ransomed.
And that's it.
Francis is electrocuted. Turns down there. Sorry. I'm guessing this is a Logos turn. Lamount laughing at Armadrone. Laughing at Armadrone. Laughing my Armadrone off. Okay, I am going to play Infomorph, play Brain Eater. Say Logos for the turn. I am going to Reap with Moray. It's very likely I have to fight. I gotta Reap with Moray. I'll archive a card. Seaboard Armadrone. Yes, whatever. Reap with Seaboard. Shoot Gruit. No, I don't even want to shoot one of your creatures in case you got the I'll shoot one of your armor. I'll Reap with Armadrone in case you drew the Cleansing Wave. And then I'll Forgive or Forget to archive Eddie. So worst case scenario, I've got the Eddie back up. And it's your turn. I will draw for.
Say contained. Up the archive. They washed away to raise the tide. Archive top card. Play Meliobi, Flumph, and the Fittest. Just give me all these counters. All these counters that you had to hoard over here. I will fight Armadrone. Flumph will. Gruen will. Fight the Moray. And I'm done.
Alright. Frankie's gonna get electrocuted to death. I am going to say Shadows. I'll put my archives into my hand. And I am gonna play two more Francis the Economists. I will walk the plank to steal one. I am going to scoot the Corpulent Collector. Then hug the Corpulent Collector. And it is your turn. I will draw two.
Very,
check with 7.
very corpulent. I have that move link still.
Oh yeah. I said check. I knew I wasn't forging because of the Mookaling, but my brain automatically went to yeah, let's check. This game ended up being a pretty good one.
Yeah. All right, I'll say.
I think you probably still win this, but I think this game ended a good one.
Say Logos. Play Hydro Cataloger.
Sure.
I'm going to discard Armor Drone, Bill Jordan. I'm going to use Mobius Scroll to archive one card from my hand. I'm going to think twice. I just get the fit. Sure. Or I can blow up all artifacts. You can't Hydro Cataloger yet. Yeah, I'll get washed away. So, Shrill artifacts. That's it.
Okay. I am going to save Logos, my Seaborg. Okay. So Mookling is a 5/2 then.
Is weakened.
I will information exchange to steal one. I am going to play Eddie and Archive. I'll play Infomorph and Vespelon Theorist. Rainer's eating somebody's brains.
That much is clear.
This much we know. And like, it's the tide does not matter in that deck for amber control purposes. It's just like
it just kind of takes the tide for fun.
Yeah, it's like quality of life, and then you can also squat on the tide. So, yeah. So the question is whether I want to draw the card or whether I want to gain the tide for the Seaborg, right? I can Seaborg the Corpulent Collector. The Corpulent Collector is dying this turn anyway. The question is whether its Infomorph crashes into it or whether I reap with a Seaborg. I think I'll just crash the Infomorph into the Corpulent Collector. And then I'll reap with the Seaborg and do 2 damage to Mookling. And then Brain Eater will eat Mookling's brains. I'll draw a card on the off chance that I draw something that can be pulled. Can't. And it is your turn. I will say check with 12. And I will draw.
Twelve's too many. Yep.
Wow. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop in that game.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
I just couldn't like generate enough hammer to close out the game. Basically.
Yeah, you were at 2 keys for
a
while. I had several turns running of only like 2 amber answers. And I was like, if you generate just 1 more amber anywhere in there, I'm done.
I feel like I messed up. I feel like I should have read before the Untame that turn. I guess so. I guess you're right. I guess so. But it'd be like that sometimes.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm on Rico. Wait, I'm on Ozil. All these decks have something going for him tonight.
Yeah.
Ozil's probably the weakest, but man, double PI Swev and double Theory Conjecture, Eureka, Zinzik is like,
That is fun.
That's a lot of. It's a lot of generation, a lot of efficiency.
Okay, bets up.
That might be the silliest I think Eddie's looked.
This right here?
Yeah.
He's all balled up.
The most adorable in us.
Yeah.
Where he's just got his head buried in the blankets.
It's pretty cute.
Look at that.
Pretty cute.
Look at that dog.
He's very asleep too. Oh yeah. The maximum amount of sleep.
Restrains reciprocation. Don't you go anywhere. Reciprocity.
8.
I think the Static Collection Array is a discard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think it is a discard in this matchup. It might just be a discard at this point in the tournament because I think the decks that are hanging around are good at Rico Suave. Yeah, it's pretty close.
I'm in mulligan. The hand just didn't do anything. Just drop all of the cards.
Yeah, I got them all. I was counting just to be sure because I threw an indeterminate amount of cards on the floor.
Okay.
Like that. Exactly like that.
Okay.
5. Okay. Are you confused by hand?
This is bad. I'll play Portal. Your turn.
I'll see Logos. I'll play Hydra Cataloger. I'll play Theory Conjecture and Archive top 2. And it's your turn. I will draw all 3.
This is not great. I'll say Starlance. Play Zap. Play Hawkins. Play Gross. Get his bud. Hings. Play Hings.
Yeah.
Play Officer Blaster. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to put my archives into my hand, and I'm going to Saurian. I'm going to play Altruist Rostrum. I am going to Crushing Charge.
No, she's there.
She lives. I'll play Cornerstone Octavia. Then I will play Reach Advantage to raise the tide, and then archive a card with Hydra. And I'll drop a chain and draw one. It's your turn.
Play Shadows. Play Monty Bank. Play Cement Sheets. I'm done.
I don't mean to laugh at your misfortune, but this hand, I don't. What are you doing with that hand, dude? What is happening with that hand? I don't know. Put my archives in my hand and say Star Alliance for the turn.
It's incredibly bad.
I am going to play Colonist Chapman. I'm going to play Walmart. No, that deck's got the bubbles. I want to just put Light of the Archons, Ambervac on Cornus and Octavia, because then she just starts capturing 2 a turn, and I can rostrum and do all kinds of nuts stuff. But because of the bubbles, I'm going to just spread this around. I think putting Ambervac on Octavia is fine. Light of the Archons on Walmart is fine. And then Light of the Archons on Colonist Chapman, also fine. Okay. And it's your turn. I will draw 5. So as for me to not get completely crushed by balls. Good.
If I will play bubbles. I'll put Chapman on top. Call the Void, the Partisan. Your turn.
Alright, so Cornison will capture 2 through the vac. I am going to say a Logos. I will play Captain Creasage. I will play P.I. Swethen. I am going to Theory, Conjecture, and Archive the top 2. I will Information Exchange and steal 1. And it is your turn.
Says Star Alliance. Play Mattermaker. Play Kirker. Make it so.
I didn't get to play that card.
Star Alliance. Fight. Cornison.
Dang.
Your turn.
Ooh, active Swevin. Oh man. Four. Even better. I am going to put my archives in my hand and say Star Alliance. And Crash Muldoon! Well, action Crash Muldoon to reap with P.I. Swevin. To draw 3. Woo! Logo Star Alliance decks, am I right? Walmart. That deck didn't really have a way to capture from the Monty Bank, if memory serves. So I'll reap with Walmart. I don't believe it. I'm gonna double check.
He's cheating.
Cheating. Well, yeah, I guess technically. But no, you don't have a way to capture in that deck. Alright, I am going to play Colonist Chapman to give my Captain Creasage. I am going to Unity or Discord to bounce Walmart and Crash Muldoon. Then I will play Walmart and the Archons and then Crash Muldoon, who's ready. I will play Triska. Oh, I can actually play this Colonist Chapman first so that I got an extra amber off the Swevin when I Crash Muldooned it.
Unless you drew it.
No, Colonist Chapman was in the archives with the I play you bubbles.
Yeah.
Call this gem. Okay, and then only this said ready and use friendly creature. I will reap fresh molding, and it is your turn. I'll say check with 10. Draw none because I have 7 cards in my hand.
Alright. Say compatible. Play so box Stone Bob. I will reap with bubbles and maelstrom.
Okay. Can't believe you don't want me to use my board.
Yeah. Your turn.
It's actually unbelievable. I will forge for 6. I am going to say Logos. I'll play Bilge Warden, raise the tide for you, so you'll get to archive a card with my catalogger. And then I'll play Bilge Warden, I'll raise the tide, and then I'll play a PI Sweven. And it's your turn, I will draw to you.
The Shadows play Monty Bank. Exalt one time. Borrow the rostrum.
No.
I guess I forged, right?
Yeah, you did.
Borrow.
Oh no!
Play Shoulder It. Play Jack Guitar. Play Jack Guitar, Shoulder It. I will rostrum. Little knife. Your turn.
I am going to say Saurians. And I will play a Console Primus. Yeah. I'll play a Cornicent Octavia. I'll capture one. Cornicent. You can use the rostrum to take the amber packs that you can steal.
Yeah.
I'll play Medicus Lacus. And then I'll play Hedonistic Intent.
One might even call it cute.
It's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. The play's looking cute. Okay. It is your turn. I will draw for... I've got Sneaky Check.
The Medicus check.
Yeah, I've got Medicus Check.
Yeah.
Feeling cute, might empty a whole ocean later. Sneaky. Don't tell Justin, but should start on my turn.
House of Shadows. I gotta take 3 chains. And it feels pretty bad. For the tide, I will play Sea Urchin. I will reap with Jack Guitar. Blow out Medicus. Play.
Just absolutely annihilate this Lacus.
I'm gonna discard Heart Simpson. Play Shoulder Red. Reap. Rostrum is here. Steal one. Lilnif is gonna fight Sweven. Loves doing what he was born to do. Actually fight.
I'm getting crushed by this rostrum right now. I am going to say Logos. I will Eureka. That deck is busted as heck when it's got a rostrum in play.
Pretty good. Use direct damage, spell and flank only or something. Jaguar is like the exception to the rule because of the tide, I guess.
I think it's fine because of the tide.
Yeah. I like Jackie Tar a lot. Seen first on our channel.
I will. There's always another Sweven. Play Captain Creasage. Bilge Warden is gonna go fight this Monty Bank before I lose to it. And then I'm gonna Reap with this Bilge Warden to raise the tide and archive a card. And it is your turn. I will say check with 8. I will draw. Sorry, I draw one.
Alright. Say shadows. Alright. Say shadows. Rostrum this to there. I'm gonna Reap with Jackie Tar and do one of the Bilge Warden. I'm gonna Reap, 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 Matter Maker, Translator in play, and done.
Right, so I will forge, but I gotta tap all my creatures. It's actually brutal here. It's completely nuts. Because I have this Magistra Vita I could use with Sweven. Can I stop this? I can. It costs everything, but I can stop it this turn. Alright. I'll say Saurian. I'll play Venator Altum. I'll play Faust and exalt Venator Altum. I'll play Magistra Vita and I'll exalt Captain Creasage. Can't Reap with them, but I do get to exalt them.
Archive.
My archive. Nope. No, this is 4 creatures. It's 4 creatures. And it is your turn. Okay. It's 4 creatures, and it really wants me to be able to use the creatures I already have in play. So I will draw 3, and it's your turn.
Say Unfathomable. Pick up the archive. Freeze the tide. Archive a card. I'll Tidal Wave.
Destroy these and give me the tide back.
Yep. You get to archive a card. Assign in. Play Bubbles, put Sweven on top. I'm done. Check what's wrong.
You could let me use my Sweven. Would have been cool.
No.
I have like this 8-card Starlight's turn that almost gets there. Because I can play Triska, play Volmart, Reap with Volmart.
Oh, wow.
But I don't have any other Amber control to go with it. Can I also threaten this turn? I'd have to, if I hit like the Unity or Discord off the draw with Swevin, then I think I'd be fine. But I've got an Amber Vac, which doesn't stop the key. Set Collection Ray, which does not stop the key. Crash Muldoon. None of these creatures do anything. So yeah.
Okay.
Dang. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah. The Shadows man's got there.
I had the Volmart the turn before, but if I take that Star Alliance turn, I play a bunch of stuff, and I don't get to use the stuff on the board, then you just like immediately go back to using the Shadows and yeah, Collection Array is only the owner.
It'd be a little more interesting, I think, if it was both players.
Yeah.
More brutal, I guess.
It's just every player forges for 7.
Yeah.
Bang. Right, I'm on Rico.
Let's see if I can not F this up this time.
Did Mangy fight against any Unfathomable in its pod?
That's a good question. I don't,
because Maelstrom seems like a card that Mangy does not want to have.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
If I'm leveling with you, Maelstrom is too cute. Yeah, it was a cute Maelstrom. I fought through it.
Maelstrom is carrying that deck to wins tonight,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I fought through the Maelstrom. I was trying my best not to get completely Maelstromed out of the game. With enough logos, you can like cruise through a Maelstrom. I had a board that like had to be Maelstromed, or I was going to just do insane stuff with. So,
okay, there is the bets.
I knew it was creeping ever closer, but Sobogs really feels like a card that takes a very close game and cracks it open.
Oh yeah, that turn I was like, this is my moment. This is my one opportunity.
Yeah,
Shadows can get big.
Because if I could have taken a turn, oh man,
yeah,
I could have taken the turn I wanted as opposed to the turn I had to take.
I better get them bets in. Yeah, this could be something. I was first, yeah.
I'm gonna keep because this hand's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It's cute. I get to take a cute turn.
All right, I will play Miliobi.
Better. I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm gonna Under Pressure Iliobi. I'm gonna Call of the Void that Miliobi. Going to Illusions of Grandeur, and I'm gonna say Untamed. Then I'm going to Illusions of Grandeur, and I'm going to say Logos.
What? So
you give me 3 amber.
I give you 3 amber.
If you say Sanctum, you give me 6.
6 amber.
You say Logos or Untamed, you give me 3. So I will draw 4. It's cute. That's a cute turn.
Wow. I guess I'll say Untamed. Play Washed Away.
Take 3.
There's the tide. I'm done.
I will forge. That key was stolen.
Yeah.
That key was absolutely stolen. That was highway robbery. I almost mulliganed that hand, but I was like, wait a second. I am going to say Shadows, I'll play Shoulder Ed. I'll play Monty Bank. I'll play Hard Simpson. You don't have anything for me to borrow. This is actually like that's a very good borrow deck. There's a lot of stuff I want to borrow. All right, it's your turn. I will draw 4. My goal is to just get through the deck and then get.
All right, I'll say Sanctum. I'm gonna put shoulder armor on Hard Simpson, and then first for last for most powerful creatures.
My 6s.
I will play a Corpulent Collector. Play Marshall Ewer, Taxing Journey. Doesn't matter. Your turn.
All right. I am going to say Star Alliance. Play Hawkins. Play Kirker. Play Hings. Gross is in the hand. Play Gross. Unity or Discord. I'll use Monty Bank to reap. It's the same thing as bouncing Hawkins there. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Well, I guess I gotta kill those. I'll say Sanctum. Fight Gross.
I considered
Play Ryan.
I honestly considered Unity or Discording to bounce Monty Bank so that I could play Hings, Kirker, Gross, and then just play the rest of the idiots off to the side. So that way I could maybe get value from them.
That makes sense. Corpulent Collector will reap. Good.
Wonder what double Hings, double Gross decks go for. Because I bet that deck is you draw one of them and you just draw 4 cards. It's like Niffle Kong at that point.
That is interesting. Yeah,
it's like a better Niffle Kong. You just draw a third of your Star Alliance in one go. And you know, it almost doesn't. You don't care that you're getting like minimal value from them.
Yeah.
Right? Could be a Triska deck too. Yeah, I could see that. Shadows, Urian. I think I have to say Star Alliance here. Star Alliance. I want to go do something else, but alright, I'll play Officer's Blaster. Hings will now begin vengeance. She's going to shoot Urian. Just take 3. Hawkins will reap. Kirker. Do I take out the Collector? Do I take out like Ewer? You can Light Everlasting. Have you already played it?
No, I don't think.
Always Light Everlasting. But he'd be easier to kill. I think I just have Kirker take out Marshall Ewer. So as to not give you like free run at the time. And I'll draw 1. And it's your turn.
Eureka. Go ahead.
Yellow Eureka.
It is your turn.
I will say Star Alliance. I'm going to have Hings fight the Corpulent Collector. Blaster over. I am going to play Tabor. Hawkins will reap, and then Kirker will.
Oh boy. It's got it.
Double Hings, double Gross. And Triska. And 2 Tabers.
And a Zenzi. Pretty cool.
How many deploys? The Saurian? Is the Saurian a drag?
What is this? Yeah.
You get city-state interest at least, but triple Undeck Nathis is kind of a bummer. Though Undeck Nathis is actually... And Lapasauruses are actually good creatures to put down.
Stick of the board.
Yeah, to just have... to sandwich between your Hings and Gross. So.
Yeah.
2 of those dumb decks. It's your turn. I'll draw one. I'll say check with 8. You'll forge. The other one.
Okay. I will.
Better houses. If there's like a Logos double Hings untamed deck, then
Lymph. Witch of the Dawn 4. Collector. All certain dominance. Meliobi will fight Kirker.
my guy's mad.
Oh yes.
Your Meliobi is alive. Hazardous 3. Gain skirmish.
Oh, it's got skirmish.
It's
I
got
always
that.
forget about the skirmish.
It's got double skirmish.
Yeah.
In fact.
Alright, I'm done. And the tide's high. Yep. Keyforge.
Yeah. I think I got away with that key too.
What if I had
The worst.
any of my taxing cards?
I am going to say Shadows. I am going to play Trickle Down Theory and raise the tide. And I am going to play Brand and give you one. Here, this is yours. Give to you. I'm going to play Jackie Tar. And then I'll play SoundCloud rapper Little Niff here. Here. Monty Bank. You wait in the wings. The deck does have a cleansing wave. Monty Bank will trade with the melee. And it is your turn. I will draw 4. Nope, the cleanse. I see you tipped. I see Justin tipped the cleansing wave.
Okay, I'll say Sanctum. I'll play Hadros Wall. I'll play the Collector.
Assert Dominance, I think, readies and fights with the creature.
Yeah, it does.
And the creature gains skirmish, ready, and fight with that creature, yeah.
I'll play Staunch Knight. Play Cleansing Wave.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's a good point, Yolker. The
Wait a minute.
wait
It
a
says can't ready.
that's correct.
Oh no.
Cannot ready at all. Yeah. Can never ready.
Well,
that's
that's too hard to reverse
it's
now.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
But that's interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's not an interaction that ever occurred to me. I'm wondering if we messed with that before too.
Yeah, it's an asterisk. We'll move
Yeah,
on.
your turn. Because I've definitely never made that connection in my brain that can't ready also means for cards.
Right.
Even though obviously you should make that connection, but
It's not as obvious as it might initially appear.
yeah. What if this deck is bad?
I think you're just drawing terrible with it.
I'm trying really, 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 really bad.
I am going to say Shadows. You've already played the Light Everlasting, right? Because that's what brought back the Collector.
Nope.
Nope.
I got
Oh, you
the
Witch of the
Witch,
Dawn.
yeah.
You Witch of the Dawn did. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't untap for magic, so you can still like do things with it. Yeah.
Skip the untap step, right?
Right.
Something along those lines. Okay. Because I could Jackie Tar and just absolutely annihilate my... Oh, yeah, this all works, So Brend is going to fight the Corpulent Collector to... Oh, Wait, oh, you cleansing wave to heal it for 1.
Yep.
Never mind. Rewind. Friend will kill Flumph, and I will steal 1. I'll reap with Jackie Tar and blow up the Corpulent Collector. SoundCloud rapper Little Niff is going to reap, and then I am going to Cement Shoes the Witch of the Dawn. 6. I'll say check with 6, and it's your turn. I'll draw 1. No Amber Control, huh?
Delivers, pick up the archive. Play the top card. Play Movie Scroll, Hydrocaller. Think twice. For acting journey. Let's not tonight. Play Ruins.
Okay, I am going to say Shadows. I am going to have Brend fight the Witch of the Dawn. Steal 1.
Squid Dynamite, thank you for the 7 months.
7 months. I will play Shoulder Id. I am going to reap with Jackie Tar. I think I just blow up my Brend here to steal 3. I could blow up the armor drone, but stealing 3 is pretty good too. And then I will just reap with Little Niff to go to, and it's your turn. The deck goes down like that. Mooklink, double Mooklink. You can Eddy, but not enough. You can put 3 cards.
Yeah, it's Eddy.
Armor
Scroll.
Yeah, not Armor Drone as well.
I guess so. Look, man. Fine. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Thing is, that doesn't take any amber from you.
It just stopped. Yeah. Well, Armor Drone takes an amber.
Yeah, true. I'll play Armor Drone. Play Eddy. Have. Let's roll.
Okay.
I'll fight Hawkins.
You could fight Hawkins first. Well, he's got the Hadros Wall.
Sure. I'll play BDQ. We get Lil Niff, Jackie Tar. Here.
Okay, I am gonna say Star Alliance. I'll play Mattermaker. I'll play Kirker. Tabor wishes he could do anything. It's a fight with Tabor. Yeah, I'll fight. Tabor will fight Eddy. Hey, you got your Hadros.
Oh yeah.
And it is your turn. I'll draw 2. I do have check now, technically. Oh yeah, I guess Tabor wouldn't be enraged then.
Well, we played like
we played like it worked.
Like it worked, yeah.
So even though it
wouldn't be
didn't.
enraged.
It didn't. There's an asterisk here.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say Untamed.
It only helped Justin. Like,
True.
And Justin is barely in the game, so.
For now, I'll say Untamed. I'll play. Ruin.
Give me one.
Yep. Keyfrog, Mookling. Fittest. Or dominance. Now, can I activate this before I start dominance?
Uh-oh.
After a player plays their 6th card in a turn, if Ruin's Arcana is ready, move each amber from it. To
After the card is played. So I think you resolve the card.
After it's played. After a card is played with science, can you gain 1 amber? After an action card is played, can you gain
I guess you
amber?
do. Yeah, I guess you do get to
I'm
choose.
doing it.
Okay.
Boom. Keyfrog.
If you're trying to fight this Keyfrog, oh, you got
It's got
hazardous.
hazardous, yeah. So I can fight it. Boom. I've done it. If we're gonna get 1 asterisk, might as well get 2 asterisks. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Unfathomable. I am going to play Sobog Stingamabob. I am going to Wrath or Ruin to destroy a flank creature. And then I'm going to Maelstrom you right in the deck, and then I'll play this hard sign. I'll drop a chain. I'll end up drawing those 2. And
That's. We all knew the Maelstrom was going to finish the game.
I think that was like a good draw order for this deck.
Mm.
I think the turn 2 key
that was really bad. My hand was just all Sanctum, so I didn't have any option really.
Yeah, it's just like give me 3 or give me 6.
Yeah,
like,
I could have stopped your key with Sanctum, but
with the Corpulent Collector.
Yeah, but it's like that's just amber you're gonna get back at some point.
No, he wouldn't have. He would have just died immediately.
I could have. I had like Taxi Journey and.
Okay.
Yeah.
He probably would.
I could have like barely done it, but you probably just killed him next turn.
Yeah.
I didn't get to my taxing in time for that to matter.
I cannot believe that deck lost.
It's gone.
It's gone now. He's dead now.
That's it.
Deservedly mangy. Indeed.
It's unfortunate. It had some good stuff going
It
for it.
Yeah, it really did.
I don't know.
I think it was a victim of draw order.
That was some really bad draw order.
If you had those,
I just needed to tax any of your keys ever.
Yeah. Like I said,
with all the taxi cards I had.
That first key, I stole that first key.
Yeah.
That was highway robbery.
Okay, last game.
Ultrip and Oziel.
So Rico is 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah. Waltrip is 2-1, and Oziel is 0-2. So Waltrip is playing for spot. If Waltrip does not win,
you get another one.
It's another one advancing pod,
which is happening a lot in this.
Which is
like
funny.
The good decks in this set are just head and shoulders above everything else.
Everything else is just trading wins now.
This would honestly, this set would make for insane adaptive play. If you just like, if you got a local group who was like down on sealed, I think you play like some sealed adaptive or whatever.
Yeah, he's running.
He's what?
He was running.
Oh,
he was
sleep running.
Yep.
This is the last game.
Yes, sir. That's at least fun. I don't know about Oziel. Oziel's not quite there.
It's missing a little bit.
Although it might have the beef on board to beat this deck.
Missing a little. Yeah, also has not gotten a chance to go first, and then Eureka. So.
Yeah. 4, 7.
Will not get that chance this game.
Neither of the Eureka decks got to do that this game. This night.
It's like, if you are going first, looking for a specific card is like 17% or whatever, there's an Arcana cheat sheet for mulligan percentages. If you're looking for one specific card, if you're going first or second, it's like some good stuff. So, can. I'll say logos. Ha! Presage, Theory Conjecture, Archive 2.
Logos, Brain Eater, Moray, Seaborg.
Put my archives into my hand. It's a Sanctum.
There were no bets? Okay, fine.
I will play Triska.
I win.
I will play Crash Muldoon. I am going to play Ambervac. Raise the tide. Walmart. Light of the Archons. Walmart will reap. Crash Muldoon will let Captain Creasage go beat up the. And your turn, I will draw 3.
8.
2.
2.
Not quite Scullion stats, but not. This deck is really close to being.
That was a good turn. He played a lot of cards really, there, so.
Yeah, it was Theory Conjecture. It's all that card. Had no strong feelings. What turns a man's heart to neutrality? Lust for gold? Is he simply just born neutral?
Say shadows. I can steal one.
Disgusting. You ransoming me?
This Crusade is a problem. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, what has never been said. Never been said on stream.
I'll ransom Crash.
Mushroom Man. Did somebody spin Mushroom Mance? We wouldn't know because it doesn't.
Sometimes it just doesn't show it, you know?
No, okay.
No.
Mushroom Mance turns a heart to neutrality. That's your answer to the question. Did anybody here play Planescape Torment?
I'm gonna scooped something. I'll scoop Triska. I'll mug Triska.
What can change the nature of a man?
Mugged her.
What can change the nature of a gambler?
Little Niff. Your turn.
Little Niff. Okay, so if that turn wasn't so weak and milk toast, I would take a Logos turn, but since that turn was pathetic and I will take a Saurian turn. I'll play Consul Primus, Medicus Lacus, 2 Cornison Octavias. Here's some beef. Draw 4. The Buff Boys contest. Have you watched, has anybody watched the 2nd season of I Think You Should Leave? These are my Buff Boys. We goose them a little bit.
Play Logos. Play Hydro Cataloger.
And draw.
Draw. Play Armadrone.
The rest of the stream will just be me making pop culture references to shows and video games.
Reap of the Moray. Archive a card. The Seaborg. I kinda wanna like kill my own king. What if I did that?
Because that's how you raise the tide.
Yeah. I'll reap a Seaborg. And I'm gonna blast this king.
To raise the tide.
It had to be done.
Shaco in the wall, so yeah.
Ready Moray. Darmaka Angelot at Tanagra.
Yeah.
Reap with Moray. Temba, his arms wide. His arms open.
His eyes uncovered.
His eyes uncovered. I will static charge this Medicus is maybe a bad idea.
Did you archive for the Hydrocolour?
Yep.
From your hand?
No, from the Moray. I did not from the
Hydrocolour
either. So yeah.
Okay.
And I'll forgive or forget. And that was just a mess. There's a mess in there.
Is my Crusade supposed to have 2 amber on them?
Yeah, probably.
Because you just took the tide, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna purge cards.
Okay. The Theory Conjecture just goes not bad cards, honestly, to purge.
Yeah.
If you're purging 2 garbage cards, whatever, then it's fine too.
I obliterated my King Can. He's gone forever. Just gone. Alright, I'm done.
Alright, so I'm actually forced into a tough... I have this Eureka, but I'm torn as to whether I should play this Eureka or not, because my hand has 5 Logos cards, including the Eureka. 2 of which I really want to play. Actually, I want to play all 4 of these cards, so I will discard Eureka. In an unprecedented move. I will play a Hydra Cataloger. And I will play Bilge Warden to raise the tide. And then Archive 2. Oh, Kerrison only takes 1. I will Theory Conjecture to archive 2 more.
We do a little archiving.
Presage. Beating somebody up. I'll information exchange. I actually think there's a chance I could steal 2 from you with this information exchange, but I think there's a pretty good chance that I don't actually get to save Logos on my next turn. Captain Presage is gonna go beat up Armadrone because that is fight to steal 2. So I'll go beat him up. And that's that. Your turn. I will draw 5.
Shows. Information exchange.
You mean Logos?
Yeah.
Did you steal 2?
Oh. Well, you stole from me. Alright. I'll reap the Seaborg and shoot Bill Jordan.
No.
Take the tide. Archive the top 2.
You ready, Maury?
Ready the Moray. Play Infomorph. Moray will reap. Have a card. Your turn. Take with 9.
Okay, Consul Primus dies. I am going to put my archives into my hand and say Saurian. I am going to play Hedonistic Intent. Flank creatures all get exalted. I am going to play Coruscant Octavia, who is going to capture one. I am going to play Faust. I am going to have take the 3 chains here to raise the tide because of the Pecus Lacus. This Coruscant Octavia is going to fight the Binary Moray. This Coruscant Octavia will fight the Seaborg. Well, because of the double Hydra cataloger, I think it's a little bit easier to swallow. I have 7 cards, so like I wouldn't lose the chains this turn anyway. I'll take the tide, put chains, and archive the top 2. And then Medicus Lacus. That deck does have the sack of coins, right?
Yes.
Fight the Infomorph. There's like an argument to not fight the Infomorph there because you could fight Little Nif into Megas Lacus to kill, but I think that's fine. And it's your turn. I've got sneaking check. I do not drop a chain.
I don't.
Yes, I have 3 creatures, so your keys cost 9.
Starlance. Archive. Play Lay of the Land.
God, here comes the Voltron! This Starlight's turn is going to be gross. It's going to be disgusting. You're going to play the whole damn deck. He's going to play the whole damn deck!
I will play Teresa. Z-Ray Blaster.
Little Nif
is loading up.
He's out for vengeance. Little Nif in. Out for vengeance.
Shield you later. Saber, draw. Z-Force Agent. Z-Wave Emitter. Draw. Fight Medicus. Probably do 3 of stuff. Technobabble. Those. Raw. Lay of the land. Lizzie Particle Tracker.
He's playing the whole dang deck, like I said. Because you had not taken a Star Alliance turn in forever.
And then I gotta take 3 chains.
Take the time?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you'll forge.
Nope.
I killed it. We're back. I also am not drawing cards. I think I still do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I am gonna say Star Alliance for the turn.
Because I wanna play this here. So I have a little open little Nif Teresa's side.
Gotcha, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Star Alliance for the turn, discarding Static Collection Array. Playing Colonist Chapman, playing Lieutenant Kirker, playing Agent Septia, playing Unity or Discord. So I could bounce Crash Muldoon, but that also means you get to bounce the Ransom, and I don't believe I want to be doing that. Actually, I think it's better for me to swap Chapman and Kirker. So I'm going to Unity or Discord Creasage here. Go take out the Z-Force agent before I just straight lose to it. He'd take another 3 and still be alive. Yeah, it's fine. Captain Creasage. Yeah, pow. You would forge for 8. Forging for 8.
Okay.
I'll drop a chain and draw 3. Oh wait. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Alright, I'll say Shadows. Grab the archive. Play Walk the Plank and Steal one. Play.
I'm not happy about it.
Francis. Willa. Francis. Sack of coins. I have 9. So the way I need 1, 2, 3. 3 there. 7. Total 2 more damage. Two on to Septia. Kirker. I'll just reap a little net. That's it.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'm gonna Positron Bolt Francis. I'll lose this game with no keys. I'm gonna play Zenzik. I'll play Bilge Warden and raise the tide. I'll archive 2. That's your turn. I'll drop a chain and I went through the whole damn deck. I have 2 amber to show for it. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Hey Shadows. Play Brand.
Okay.
Play Francis. Fight. the colonist, Chapman.
Okay.
So
I gain one. You gain one. I gain one. You steal one.
Yep. Full nif. Reap. That's it.
Yeah, can't stop it. I can reach advantage to capture 3. Yeah, I still got to answer 2 more, and I can't. So
okay.
This deck, victim of draw order, victim of not having enough amber.
It didn't have the stuff. The amber, yeah.
It didn't generate any amber.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mo snuck through.
Rico was the 3-0.
Rico was 3-0. The deservedly mangy Howrah got crushed.
Yeah.
The last game that we played was
I think decks that have a lot of amber control in this set suffer from lack of forward momentum. It feels like.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot less Ronnies in this set. And by that I mean like cards that like advance you and
while
also
you're
slow the
stopping,
opponent.
yeah. Being really swingy. Yeah. And we'll trip advance. I'm glad that deck advances. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It may not like it doesn't have it what it takes probably.
Rico and MO advanced?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I don't know that MO is gonna make a long run.
But it'll be the fun match.
Yeah. It's got the Voltron plan,
and the Star Alliance turn is very fun.
Yeah,
that you get to take the one Star Alliance turn.
Yeah, you only need.
What do you play?
You don't need many of them.
Yeah,
you don't need many of those turns because you're gonna
tons of draw icons.
Yeah, you're gonna play most of the Star Alliance.
I didn't have the shuffle equipment and start that turn. If I did, I could have like lined all those draws up better because when I used the first Lay of the Land, I saw only one Star Alliance card and then 2 non-Star Alliance cards, and I had to play the draw cards to get to the equipment was the third card below that. Yeah.
So far in second round, Dinos advance more than Sanctum has. Well, because I think Sanctum overperformed in round 1, but that's probably because of the lack of the board wipes.
Yeah, we had so many Sanctum boards just run away with it, right? And
yeah.
It's like Sanctum can't board. That's not going to happen going to the finals or in the finals at least. So yeah, that's the stream. We have another 2-3-0 deck on tomorrow. The Diviner that builds jobs, Elder El Stagmos, which I actually don't remember anything about that deck, but it's 3-0. It was Group X, so it's not even that long ago. Literally the second to last pod.
The Elder who revises Labyrinths?
Elder El Stagmos.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. The Elder who revises Labyrinths.
That's not it.
You can see how I might be confused.
That ain't it.
Oh, here's Elder El Stagmos.
Oh, yeah, you can do a peep deck if you want to dream one. We'll see if we actually see that in chat.
Oh, so Justin is not going to be here Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
So I need ideas. This is a Z-Force deck also.
Okay.
Nothing but Z-Force decks.
It did show up in chat. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to go to see AEW Dynamite. Very excited.
So Wednesday will be another me solo streaming. I don't know what. I want to keep it to Keyforge. Again.
We got John's X Astro. Wait.
Where?
Here.
Astrobson the 4th?
Yeah. Astrobson.
BDQ, Triple Science. Legacy Autoencoder, what a pull.
Whoa. That's crazy.
What a pull. Triple One-Eyed Willa, 2 Hornspockles, 2 Togethers. So my big question mark without playing this deck would be to know how much synergy this deck actually has. There's a lot of powerful cards, but I'm not sure how well they all work together.
There's only 12 actions too.
Yeah, but you could like Together Science.
Yeah, I mean that's great.
But yeah, no, is it though?
And it's get some amber.
What are your icons? Are they all capture?
No, one amber, one capture. Yeah,
okay,
one
okay.
of everything, then 1 extra damage.
1 extra damage. Okay, okay. So Miasma Bomb. So this feels like a Miasma Bomb deck. Together Science would give you an amber for Together. I don't know that it does.
I don't think so.
Tips in the image. Let's peep it. No, go back up.
Yeah.
Go back. Click that.
Yeah.
Click the picture.
Okay.
Click the picture. Okay, together and then One Eye Willow the draw.
Yeah.
There at the bottom. Okay. All right. That's a real interesting deck.
I mean,
this is very difficult. I feel like there's a lot of powerful cards, but it's very difficult to examine in a vacuum.
This existence at least makes the deck awesome and unique and collectible, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
This feels like a deck that wants to go first, right? Because you want to go like T1 play autoencoder.
Yeah, definitely under like 65 stats and under tournaments.
Oh yeah,
probably
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet this deck is insane in those tournaments.
Yeah.
Double Hornswoggle, a Brand. What ways do you have to kill your own Brand? Whisper, BDQ.
BDQ is a good one.
Knowledge is power with an autoencoder.
Yeah, that's really good. As long as you don't encode it.
Yeah.
You know, which will happen.
Grand Alliance Council, you could kill your Brand with.
Because you could like Together Brand Council or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Well, you could Together Brand and some other Shadows creature, then Council to kill it.
Yep, seems pretty cool.
Like from like a relatively empty board.
Right.
Away team, just Shield You Later, and then 3 other inhale.
Look at the Amberbacks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like Away Team in this set because of Ambervac. Because
also, you can
like
Academy train them, which is great.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good too.
And Translator.
Yeah, this deck looks like it would be very fun.
Yeah, it does look really fun.
It feels like a deck that would fall on its face every once in a while, and you'd just be like, "Why? Yeah. You could do so much better than this." But there's a lot of games where you're just kind of like moving around. And your opponent just like can't really figure out what's going on. So Eddie gets a treat.
Wow.
Where's Eddie? Where is he?
See a paw.
There he is.
Wow. Okay. Treat time.
Whoa. Stinky treats. Stinky treat times. Stack.
Oh, yes.
This deck has second coins.
Alrighty.
Triple Seabringer Krakoa. Captain Val Jericho.
Ooh. Spicy. Okay.
This deck has Unity or Discord to go with the Z-Force.
Very good.
Very spicy.
Everyone have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening.
It might be morning your time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at the same time we always stream.
If you're in Australia, it's like...
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.